All right, to introduce you the next guest, I tell you this story. I was at Le Web in Paris in December, and I saw this speaker, okay, delivering this talk, and I thought, this speaker is amazing, okay? And I said, I want to kiss this speaker, okay? So, Roberto, do you have something to show here? Okay, so I went to kiss him, and that's exactly what I did, you know? And the reason is also that he has got a lot of people who want to kiss him when he finishes speech, you know, when he finishes talk, because it is really amazing. So again, it's the first time in Italy. Really, really, really a warm applause for Ramon de Leon. Ramon, wow. Ramon, welcome. Hello, friend.
Very much, buddy. Let me tell you, wow, it seems like December was not that long ago. What I am going to do today is I'm going to share with you how we have used the digital tools to connect, to engage, and to become a part of the everyday lives of my former Domino's Pizza customers in Chicago. And there is going to be some parallels that you're going to find that are going to make sense in your business today, and someone will have an aha moment. So how am I going to do that? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you what I call my mindset. You always need to make sure that you show up early with a desire to make a difference. I was very fortunate that at a young age, when my mother was selling Avon door to door, she said, son, we need to get up early. And every single customer that we need to make sure that we make a difference in their lives. Now, when you tell that to a 7-year-old kid, that makes absolutely no sense. But when I joined the workforce, and I decided that this 19-year-old kid wanted to deliver pizza, that's exactly what I did. I showed up 30 minutes early for my first day on the job. Fortunately enough, I did because I forgot a belt. I got sent home on my first day, basically fired before I started. But since it was only 4:30, I told the manager, if I am back by 5 o'clock, do I still have a job? He said, you got 28 minutes. So fortunately enough, for the past 27 years, before the business of the 6 stores was sold in June, I was able to do that. In 1989, see, the thing is, technology and me, we kind of go side by side. You can't see it, but on my hip, I got a pager, and in my back pocket, I got a Motorola brick cell phone. The thing is that I would just love to let customers know, if you ever need anything, page me. You know, why am I going to waste time going to a payphone if I can't find a customer? I'll pull it out of my pocket. So McDonald's, those golden arches, came down to one of our stores when they decided they wanted to deliver the McPizza. And they said, we are going to take over as the pizza delivery kings of Chicago. Well, let me tell you, that's like somebody knocking on your door or going to your bank and saying, this money now belongs to me. I said, oh, really? So the next day we go down to what's called their flagship store, the Rock and Roll McDonald's. Between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, we gave away 300 pizzas by the slice. We shut them down. Now, these are golden arches before the McCafe and before the drive-thru. And we put a dent when they thought they were ready to go to battle. So next time you visit the golden arches, see what they sell more. Do they sell more pizza or do they sell more oatmeal? The thing is that you have to be able to last in battle so that you can tell your story like I did then and like I am going to do now. Never let your first day on the job be your last. Those of you that have a startup, those of you that have apps, don't let the download day be the same as the uninstall day. You need to make a difference. So my goal today is to inspire you to make a difference in the lives of your customers. You could be brick and mortar selling pencils. You can be a startup. You could be someone whose customers are your newsletter. But I want to share with you how you can do this. So fortunately enough, early on in the game, we defined social media and what our goals were. You'd be surprised how many businesses, you'd be surprised how many brands don't do that. They just say, let's focus on this without focusing on the business first, and that's wrong. So for us, social media is basically an aggregate of tools in addition to your core business plan. You don't have a product, you don't have something that wows people, you don't have something that makes a difference in someone's lives. You think social media is going to help you? That's like focusing more on the wedding and not so much more on the actual marriage. The other thing that we did is we made sure that we had our goals very clear. My goal was to get people, customers, addicted to the buying experience. Quick example, when Amazon went public in '97, and Jeff Bezos is talking about his story on every single channel there is in the world, I said, if you can order a book online, why can't you order a pizza online? The corporation gave me the 10 reasons why. So I said, forget you guys. We went to a .com, which is what startups were called in the 90s. And I presented my business plan. I said, I want people to be able to order pizzas online because this world one day will be mobile. So we did a 6-month beta with one group. They did it okay, but it wasn't totally seamless. We went to a different .com, and they made it happen. So we were doing e-commerce in the fourth quarter of '97 from then forward. And today, when we sold those 6 stores in Chicago, from almost 0% digital sales in '97, we left it at nearly 70%, meaning that 7 out of 10 pizza orders in our franchise came by some digital format. That outpaced the corporation by 30%. And how does that happen? It happened this way, by getting people addicted to the experience. The whole thing, no matter what time we are in life, we are limited to the tools that we have at hand. In 04 and 05, before Yelp was invented, we encouraged customers to go to restaurant blogs, to go to restaurant boards, and share their stories, good, bad, or indifferent. It didn't matter. In 05, when we were using ICQ, that later on got bought by AOL Instant Messenger, we were used to talking to customers in 20 and 30-second characters, so that when Twitter was invented, what did I say? I said, yes, I have an extra 110 characters. And what did every single brand around the world say? How in the world am I going to tell my story in 140 characters? So we already had leg up on the competition. So let me give you some really quick examples of some of the extreme hospitality that we focused on. 2010, opening day of the NFL, that's American football. We had a customer tweet, I'm having the worst experience in your store. Now, this is why brands don't want to do social media, because they say, you know what, customers are only going to talk bad about us. But you know the weatherman, he will tell you that it's raining only if it's raining. But the thing is, if you do bad things, what are people supposed to talk about? So at 3:02, I catch that. I immediately retweet it. Jump on that thing like, man, we were all over that. 35 minutes later, the sentiment changes because we took care of the problem in a real open and transparent manner. Now, when this was taken care of, yeah, it's cool, but Lauren says, you know what, Ramon? You made me miss half of a football game. Next time she ordered pizza, I acted upon my instincts, and I sent her 2 tickets to a football game, and I said, I apologize for that. 1 year later, I said, Lauren, I remember a year ago we totally screwed up your opening day football party. How about if we cater a party courtesy of me? She said, twist my arm, Ramon. Let's make it happen. Amen to that. So you see, the thing is that one of the things that we did is that we would revisit customer concerns 1 year later. See, typically a customer concern gets handled and put away. But I come back and revisit it, check the CRM, are they still customers? And if there's opportunities to still blow someone's mind, why not do it? So that was 1 year later. What do you think we did 2 years later in 12? The same thing. And even though I left the brand in June, this past September, I said, Lauren, I will have your back for as long as you ever would let me to. I sent her a gift certificate and sent business her way. She will never, her friends will never, her networks will never, her entire community will never forget the experience that she got out of the hands of me. This was so exciting that Party Aficionado, an adjunct professor at UCLA at Riverside, took all those tweets and created it into a case study, and it's part of the curriculum of the class that she teaches at UCLA. This type of attention to hospitality, to focus, to looking at the most minute details. And as my favorite speaker, Ekaterina, would say, if you think that those little things in life don't make a difference, go to bed with a mosquito and see what your morning is like. This is what has been coined as Ramon. Wow. So how do we do this? And how am I telling you that you should take this into your business? Treat your customers like friends. How do you do that? It's very simple. If you define a customer after 5 characteristics of the customer, you will challenge yourself not to be repetitive. I need more. They write the check. They own this place, et cetera, et cetera. You you get stuck after 5 or 6. But if I ask you, what are 10 characteristics of your best friend, you will give me 20 in half the time that you defined a customer. So why not make life easy on yourself? So here's a hardcore example. One of our customers, running the Chicago Marathon, loses an earbud. See, I don't run 26.2 miles, so I wouldn't know. But I could imagine it was a challenge. So when he tweets this, I can't believe it. I lost my earbud. Because the marathon is running past one of our former locations, what do? I do what any other brand in the world would do. I send somebody down to the store to go buy a new set of earphones, make a sign with his name on it, and stand in the middle of the Chicago Marathon saying, Jeff, where are you? Now, when he sees that, and he sees his name, and he comes there, and we present him with that, this is how we made him feel. Audio.
Sure enough, who's on the other side, but, you know, my very own Ramon de Leon. And when you had your colleague, coworker, meet me in the middle of the course with not just an earbud, but a brand new earbud set, it made me feel like $1 million.
Now, we made them feel like $1 million. Every single day, think about your business, think about your brand, think about your product, and how do you make customers feel? Like earlier today, someone said, and I believe, Mike, you said it, customers don't care what you build, we care about what the product does. Add to that how the product makes you feel. So this example here is what I call nurturing emotional-based connections. Since I've been blessed for about the past 4 years to be sharing this story at conferences all over the world, sometimes I'm just not in Chicago. So in this one case, customer tweets a very simple tweet, Ramon, we just ordered pizza. Not asking for anything, not doing anything, just letting me know. At that moment, I happened to be in the Central Business District in Sydney, Australia. I take out my cell phone, otherwise known as the remote control of life, and I send him a 15-second video that I posted up on YouTube that basically said, Zach, thank you. Thank you from halfway around the world and a day ahead. I appreciate the love. When was the last time you got a video testimonial back from your customers after they downloaded your app?
Hey Ramon, it's Zach. Thanks so much for sending us the video. It really means a lot when a brand reaches out to you and touches you. You've done an amazing job with your brand here in Chicago, and Kylie and I both just wanted to say thank you. So from me, thank you, and from Kylie,
thank you.
Have a great time in Sydney.
Absolutely, and I'm having a blast here in Roma at TechCrunch. Now let's go. Now just think of this. Just like in dating, if you make mom feel incredible, you have got more than half the battle figured out. Zach's mom tweets, Ramon, thanks for your kindness to my son, to my daughter-in-law. You are the epitome of customer service. Those of you that have blogs, those of you that have newsletters, if you are blessed that your mom is still alive, make her your #1 follower, your first follower, because she's going to tell everybody. Le va a decir a todo el mundo, mira lo que hace mi hijo. Now, here's one thing we have in common. No matter how big your database, no matter how small your database, part of your database, your customers are either going to move, die, or they're not going to be able to use your product for whatever reason. That leaves you challenged with your core database that needs to buy more and recommend more. But then you have the left side, what I call generation just born, that new funnel. Where are we going to get them from? Well, in the pizza business, I like to go after them as soon as I hear the news, we are having a baby. See, the thing is now with the tools of social media, people are sharing all of that stuff, those pregnancy tests, those early ultrasounds, all that stuff is being shared online. So since we treat our customers like friends, we knew that. Here's an example. The day after the Super Bowl, Ramon, do you have any pizza, any deals left? I said, absolutely. So I love it here where customers teach their children how to engage with brands.
Thank you, Mr. Ramon, for feeding us since our mom forgot to. We are Ramon Wow.
Now, it's one thing to get a video testimonial from the user, but this is generation next. This is generation just born, headed your way. Now, I'm going to tell you about generation just born. Those kids, and somebody said it earlier today, they are going to want to learn coding before they learn a second language. If they could learn how to code before they can walk, they would do it. So you need to start figuring what's your game plan for the next 5, 10, 20 years of your brand, because your user, Your generation just born user is going to be so sharp that they are going to challenge you. If your product isn't amazing in their hands from moment number one, they're going to unload it and just toss it. Those kids that are being potty trained that way are going to grab a TV remote control and they're going to say, who is the idiot that designed this? When I would rather use my phone and control it via an app. Be smart, be ready for generation just born. In my house, Generation Next is already here. These are my teenage kids when they go into their room and they make vines and they make videos and they say, stay away because we're in the Vine studio right now. Make no noise. They even have to put the dog in the basement. So the thing is, pay attention to what's going on. Really quick, to give you some snapshots. I was fortunate that we had a store at Northwestern University the first day that Facebook hit. And when I saw the students going crazy over it, I said, well, how can me as a brand network and use this? Well, you need a .edu email address. Well, that isn't going to happen. What else can I do? People share photos. Every single event that we were a part of on campus, we took photos. We put the Domino's logo, my nephew's photo and logo. We had a photo album blog, and we told students, go there, steal photos, and post them on Facebook. And the thing is, that's exactly what they did because the megapixels of life on the remote control of life had not been invented yet. This was our very simple blog at Northwestern University. That photo section over there just got massive, massive, massive hits. Fast forward 4 years, 5 years later, we no longer had to superimpose the Domino's logo. Customers were organically doing that. A year, 2 years later, now they're making videos of their food being delivered. When was the last time you personally did that as a consumer, let alone make a video thank you to a customer for just buying your book, downloading your product, or even putting the ink on the big deal? Other things that customers did, they created what I call Facebook, oh my God. See, I do like to hug my customers. And now and then when we would have special events and things like that, customers would use that. That's just natural, organic, wow. So far to the extent that in 2005, I considered going back to college just to open up a Facebook account. Fortunately enough, Zuckerberg, I think someplace in 2006, said, okay, vamos a dejar todos, forget that .edu stuff. So what are some recommendations that I have for you? Show your friends some love. Why is this so difficult for brands? I have no idea. Avoid what I call bad social media disease. I don't know Italiano, but I think that says, follow us on Facebook. Would you believe that this poster does not have the URL or the name of that? It's like you saying, we just created this incredible app. Go right now and download it onto your phone. So I take my Nokia running the Symbian OS and I go and I start looking for it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Use social media in the right way. You need to be your own caffeine. You have to be the person that just lights up a room when you walk in, not light it up when you leave. You can't be lazy. Every single day that you get up, you have to say, today is going to be a hard day. Dios mío, we have to figure out how we're going to cram 36 hours into 8 because I'm late for my presentation. Success will only hit a moving target, so you always got to be in motion. You need to realize that you got to go to battle with a wingman. You cannot make everything happen by yourself. You can't be boring. And I told this to Disney. So I'm down there in Orlando, Florida, and I got the entire Disney social media team. And I said, I love your rooms, but your bathrooms and your toilet paper is absolutely boring. Why don't you do like toilet paper origami or something? Light it up, have some fun. So the next time, the D Institute invites me out to Anaheim, and I'm over there at the animation studios, and then when I check in to my hotel, they say, oh, they listened. They listened. Did you notice how I posed for that? Create your content. Now I am going to close with my last 2 slides here. And what I'm going to tell you is, you need to go out there. You need to work. You need to play. And you need to create with the passion of a child. You see, you're all creative people, right? When you walk into a kindergarten, when you walk into a prekinder and a preschool, and you say, who in here can sing? Who in here can dance? Who in here can draw? Everyone raises their hand. But if I do that, at the first year university. If I do that, same question, first year business school. Who can sing? Who can dance? Who can create? Nobody wants to raise their hand. See, the thing is, you guys are building something. The only way that you can build something that makes a difference in someone's lives is you have to do this. Work, play, and create with the passion of a child. I have 2 more points with this closing slide. If I were building an app, if I were building a startup, what would I do? This is what I would do. See, when you make out a grocery list, you typically say, I need a gallon of milk, a dozen of eggs, a loaf of bread. Now, just imagine if there was an app that specifically said, I need this brand milk, I need this brand eggs, I need this brand bread. And as you create that list, your app goes out there and searches for a web coupon that you can use at the grocery store. So then when you go to the grocery store, you have those mobile apps, you could sell that because you are guaranteed as a user to save money. It's an immediate ROI. Now you bring your groceries home. Now the app is smart enough to say, you bought milk today, it has a shelf life of 9 days. But after you keep doing that over and over and over, the app becomes so smart that it says this person is going to be done with this milk in 4 days. Now you get a reminder, now you have another coupon that's already waiting for you. Or the other thing, I mean, there's so many things that you can do. Scanning barcodes of products as you're throwing them away. And then the app goes out there and finds you a coupon. So I just kind of wanted to share that in case somebody wants to go ahead and build it. So just let me tell you that it has been an honor, un gran honor, to share what I call the mind of Ramon, the passion of Ramon. Wow. Right here live in TechCrunch in Roma. Thank you very, very much, and I am out of here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Right.
Let me return the kiss.
Yo.
Catch that, catch that.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you so much. All right. How was it? Was I right or not? Will you go there to kiss Ramon outside or not? Huh? Thank you so much.